"Grandma, why do you always smell strange?" "Mom says that's the smell of old people." Those words broke Mrs. Eleanor Vance's, 68, heart. She felt her world changing. She always kept everything clean and careful in every meal and every living habit, ensuring her body was always fragrant. She never expected that, just because of the smell they call the old person's smell. She would become distant from her own loved ones. She felt as if an invisible wall was gradually being erected, separating her from the outside world. But her granddaughter, Clara, doesn't want to sit near her. Clara wrinkled her nose when she asked for a hug. That wrinkle of her nose was like a knife cutting into her heart, making her feel incredibly pitiful and hurt. That night, Eleanor cried. She felt lonely. The loneliness does not only come from the absence of loved ones by her side, but also from the feeling of being abandoned and distanced by her own body. She wondered if she had become someone else, someone even her closest loved ones did not want to be near. "Hello, I am Dr. Henry Thompson. I am a geriatric specialist. I have worked for over 50 years. I have helped over 10,000 elderly people. Today I will tell you a truth. Perhaps no one has told you this before. Do you feel this way? You get on the bus. The seat next to you remains empty. People seem to deliberately avoid sitting near you, as if you carry something different about you. Your nephew doesn't want to sit near you. You want to hug your grandchild to show your love. But the child is shy and hesitant. Your daughter-in-law opened the window. You don't know if it's because the weather is hot or for some other delicate reason. You might wonder, is it the smell of old people? I have examined many elderly people. I have witnessed the sadness and the hidden sorrows that they carry in their hearts. I have learned a sad truth. Most people over 60 have body odor. They often don't know it, and their families don't tell them. This could be due to their fear of causing them harm, their embarrassment, or their belief that the situation is unalterable. Therefore, the elderly never know, and they quietly endure, living with a sense of inferiority and self-doubt. Let me tell you about Mr. George Mitchell. Mr. George is very clean. He bathes every day, and he changes clothes every day. His house is spotless. He always tries to keep himself looking neat and smelling good. But one day, his son invited friends over. Mr. George heard a friend say, "The smell of old people is too strong." That remark was like a knife stabbing his heart, causing him immense pain and shame. Mr. George is very sad. He feels like he has become a burden to the family. He withdrew, becoming more closed off. He stayed in his room when the grandchildren came to visit. He didn't want anyone to see his sad and embarrassed face. If you are watching this video, you might be wondering, is it me? Do I have that smell? It's very likely that you do. But don't worry, this is not about blaming or making you feel worse. This is about solutions. This is about helping you regain confidence and joy in life. Watch this video until the end. I will show you a simple way to fix it. This is not something you have to live with and accept as an inevitable part of old age. You can change it. You can stop the whispers and disdainful looks. You can feel confident again. You can integrate with others, participate in social activities, and enjoy life to the fullest. Imagine you are hugging your grandchild, giving them tight and warm embraces, feeling boundless love without any barriers. Imagine you feel good in social situations, confidently communicating, chatting, and sharing your stories. That's what we want. That's what you deserve to have. Dr. Thompson's explanation. Mrs. Alice Peterson, 65 years old, told me, "Dr. Henry, my grandson doesn't want to sit on my lap." That is a sad issue. It happens too often, and it causes deep harm to both the elderly and their loved ones. Today, I will share a secret. I learned this from many years of research and experience working with thousands of patients. Just wash 2 areas of your body properly. You can eliminate up to 90% of the odor. Over 1,000 of my patients have found this effective, and I believe you will too. Last week I met Mr. Samuel Reed. He is 88 years old. He said, "Dr. Henry, I use perfume. I sprayed a lot of perfume, the most expensive kind, in the hope of masking that unpleasant smell. But my son still opened the window. He said that the air in the room was stuffy. That is heartbreaking." I told him, "Samuel, perfume won't fix that. It makes it worse. It's like spraying air freshener in a dirty bathroom. You are just covering up the problem, not solving it. You have to address the real issue, which means completely eliminating that bad smell. Many elderly people make this mistake. They try to mask the odor by using perfume or deodorant. But that's not the answer. It mixes the smell of old people with perfume, creating a more unpleasant and overpowering scent. So the window was opened. The elderly feel more hurt, as if they are being rejected. We need to know the real cause of the odor and understand its mechanism so that we can find the right and effective solution. Science. There are 3 major changes in our bodies as we age. Less sweating. When we were young, we sweated a lot, especially when exercising or in hot weather. Sweat helps our body regulate temperature and eliminate toxins. After reaching the age of 60, we sweat less. This is because our sweat glands become less active. You might think, less sweat, less smell. But the opposite is true. Sweat not only cools the body, but also cleanses the skin, removing bacteria and dead cells. When we sweat less, harmful substances tend to accumulate on the skin. This creates conditions for bacteria to thrive, and they are the cause of the odor. Mrs. Elizabeth Shaw, 71 years old, asked me, "I hardly sweat. Why do I smell?" This is the reason. Sebum changes. Sebum is a natural oil produced by the sebaceous glands on our skin. It has the effect of moisturizing and protecting the skin. As we age, sebum changes in its chemical composition. Older sebum contains a compound called 2-non-enol. This is the cause of the smell of old people. This compound has no smell when it is first secreted, but when it comes into contact with air, it oxidizes and produces a pungent, unpleasant odor. I have been studying this. For 30 years, 2-non-enol increases after the age of 50. It peaks at the age of 70. It is not found in young people. It causes a distinct smell, a smell that we often associate with the smell of the elderly. Less saliva. After age 60, we have less saliva. Saliva not only helps us chew and swallow food more easily, but also has the effect of cleaning the mouth, removing bacteria and food particles. When we have less saliva, our mouth becomes drier. This creates conditions for bacteria to thrive, especially in hard-to-clean areas, such as between teeth, the tongue, and the oral mucosa. Bacteria break down leftover food and produce odor-causing compounds, leading to bad breath. Mrs. Catherine Hill, 69 years old, said, "My mouth is dry. I smell it when I talk. I feel embarrassed when I'm around the kids. This is due to less saliva. Therefore, you bathe thoroughly every day. You use mouthwash to clean your oral cavity. You use perfume to try to mask the bad smell. But the smell is still there, even stronger. Why? This is because you haven't addressed the root cause of the problem. Because you are missing important areas of the body, places where bacteria accumulate the most. Solution. Now let's talk about how to fix it. These are simple, easy-to-follow steps. Do them every day, turning them into an indispensable habit in your life. In just 1 month, you will see a noticeable difference. Your family will notice a positive change in you. They will close in on you, hug, talk, and spend precious moments with you. Dr. Henry, can you really eliminate the smell of old people? This is a question I frequently receive from my patients, and I always answer, yes, but you have to do it the right way. You have to be persistent and follow my instructions. Mr. Robert Foster, 75 years old, came to my clinic with a sad and depressed expression. He said, "Doctor, my grandchildren don't want to come into my room. They say that your room has an unpleasant smell. My son always opens the window every time he visits me, as if I were a contagious person. I feel isolated and abandoned." After 6 months of following my advice, he returned with a radiant smile on his face. He said, "Now my granddaughter always wants to sit on my lap, hug, and kiss me. I feel like I have been reborn. Thank you very much, doctor. You can also feel that. You can also regain your confidence and joy in life. You don't need expensive products. You don't need complicated treatments. You can begin your journey at home, using items commonly found in your bathroom and kitchen. This is the method that I have researched and developed over many years. It worked for 97% of my patients, and I think it will work for you. 3 core rules. Drink warm water. Water not only quenches your thirst, but also helps detoxify the body, eliminating toxins that accumulate during metabolism. When the body is detoxified, the odor will also significantly decrease. Drinking a glass of warm water every morning upon waking not only stimulates the digestive system, but also helps eliminate waste accumulated overnight. This helps reduce odors from within the body. Mrs. Sarah Wright, 72 years old, said, "At first I wasn't used to drinking water in the morning. It felt a bit uncomfortable. But after a while I found myself healthier, and my skin also became smoother and brighter. My granddaughter said I smell pleasant." Set a goal to drink 6 glasses of water each day. Drink a glass when you wake up on an empty stomach. Have a cup before lunch to enhance your eating experience. You should also have a cup after lunch to facilitate your digestion. Have a cup around 3 p.m. to boost your energy levels for the afternoon. You should also have a cup before dinner to ensure a restful night's sleep. Additionally, a cup should be consumed before bedtime to aid in the body's recovery overnight. Coffee and tea do not count toward this amount of water, as they have a diuretic effect, causing the body to lose water. For every cup of coffee or tea you drink, add a cup of water to make up for the lost fluids. Walking under the sunlight. Sunlight not only helps the body synthesize vitamin D, but also has the effect of killing bacteria on the skin. Sunlight has natural antibacterial properties, helping to reduce the number of odor-causing bacteria on your skin. Additionally, walking for 20 minutes under the sunlight will also make you sweat a little. Sweating helps remove toxins that accumulate on the skin, cleanses the skin, and reduces body odor. However, you need to be careful not to walk under harsh sunlight, as this can harm your skin. Choose a time before 10 a.m. or after 4 p.m. when the sunlight is gentler. Mr. David Moore said, "At first my legs hurt and were sore when walking, but after a while I found myself healthier and more flexible. Now I can walk for 20 minutes without any problems. Bathing with warm water. Bathing is an important step in eliminating body odor. Daily bathing helps wash away sweat, dirt, and waste that accumulate on the skin. Use warm water, not hot water. Hot water can dry out the skin, stimulate the sebaceous glands to work harder, and make the odor worse. Warm water is the best, as it helps cleanse the skin gently without causing irritation. Once a week, take the time to soak in a bath. Soak yourself in warm water for 20 minutes. This helps open the pores, removing dirt and deep-seated impurities from the skin. Many of my patients say that after taking a bath, their skin becomes softer, and body odor also decreases significantly. 3 important areas. Now, the biggest secret I want to share with you. When you shower, pay special attention to scrubbing the following 3 areas on your body. 90% of body odor comes from these areas. If you clean them properly, you will see a noticeable difference. Skin folds. These are areas such as the neck, armpits, under the breasts, especially in women, navel, groin, behind the knees, and your elbows. These areas have many folds, creating conditions for sweat and dirt to accumulate. The humidity and temperature in these areas are also higher, creating an ideal environment for bacteria to thrive. Bacteria break down sweat and organic substances on the skin, producing unpleasant-smelling compounds. Gently scrub these areas with a soft cloth or loofah. Don't scrub too hard, as it can irritate the skin. Mrs. Linda Reed, 66 years old, said, "In the past, I didn't pay attention to scrubbing my armpits and underbust properly. I just quickly lathered the soap and rinsed it off. Now I scrub more thoroughly, and I notice the smell has significantly decreased. My grandson now loves hugging me." Hairy areas. These are the armpits, chest, for men, and your scalp. Hair has the ability to retain sweat and oil. Especially the scalp is a very important area because it has many sebaceous and sweat glands. If you do not clean your scalp properly, oil and sweat will accumulate, creating conditions for bacteria and fungi to thrive, causing an unpleasant odor. Gently massage your scalp while washing your hair. Use your fingertips to massage your scalp in circular motions, helping to remove dirt and excess oil. Mr. Michael Young, 62 years old, said, "I started massaging my scalp while washing my hair, and I noticed a significant reduction in the odor on my scalp. My grandson now loves to rub my head." Sweaty areas. These are your feet, especially between the toes, and your hands. These areas have more sweat glands than other parts of the body. Feet are often enclosed in shoes and socks all day, creating conditions for sweat to accumulate. High humidity and temperature inside shoes create an ideal environment for bacteria and fungi to thrive. Bacteria and fungi break down sweat and dead skin cells, producing unpleasant-smelling compounds. Wash your feet thoroughly with soap and warm water, paying special attention to washing between the toes. After washing, dry your feet completely, especially between the toes, to prevent fungal growth. Mr. William Green, 68 years old, said, "Before, my feet had a very unpleasant odor. I tried many types of deodorant sprays, but they were ineffective. After I started scrubbing between my toes thoroughly and drying them completely after washing, the odor disappeared." Use warm water, not hot water. Hot water can dry out the skin, remove the natural protective oil layer, and make the skin more prone to irritation and infection. Use mild soap, free from strong fragrances or irritating chemicals. After bathing, apply a thin layer of moisturizer to the skin while it is still damp. Dry skin tends to smell more, so keeping the skin adequately moisturized is very important. Mrs. Patricia White, 71 years old, said, "I tried these simple things, and they worked. My grandson now loves to sit on my lap and play with me." Diet and lifestyle. The food we eat daily also significantly affects body odor. A healthy diet is not only good for overall health, but also helps reduce unpleasant body odor. Eating antioxidants. Antioxidants are compounds that have the ability to protect cells from damage caused by free radicals. Free radicals are unstable molecules formed during metabolism and exposure to the environment. They can cause oxidation, a process associated with aging and body odor. By neutralizing free radicals, antioxidants help slow down the aging process and reduce body odor. Increase your intake of antioxidant-rich foods such as tomatoes, apples, strawberries, buckwheat, and brown rice. Especially red or purple fruits and vegetables often contain powerful antioxidants. Mr. Charles Lewis, 79 years old, said, "Since I started eating an apple and a tomato every day, I feel healthier, and my granddaughter says I no longer have an unpleasant odor." Garlic is also a great food that helps fight bacteria and reduce bad odors. Eating juicy fruits and vegetables. Fruits and vegetables with high water content, such as watermelon, pears, and tomatoes, help the body eliminate toxins effectively. Water helps cleanse the body from the inside, removing waste and toxins that can cause bad odors. Mrs. Barbara Scott, 68 years old, shared, "I try to eat cucumbers and tomatoes every day. I feel lighter, and people have commented that I no longer have an unpleasant odor." Oral hygiene. Proper oral care is an important factor in preventing bad breath, one of the causes of unpleasant body odor. Brushing your teeth 3 times a day after meals helps remove food particles and odor-causing bacteria. In addition, don't forget to scrape your tongue every day. The tongue is home to many bacteria, and they can cause bad breath if not removed regularly. Use a tongue scraper to gently clean the surface of the tongue. Mrs. Diane King, 73 years old, said, "At first I felt a bit uncomfortable scraping my tongue, but after getting used to it I found my mouth much cleaner and my breath fresher." Chewing sugar-free gum after meals is also a good way to stimulate saliva production, helping to clean the mouth and reduce bad breath. Reduce coffee and alcohol. Coffee, tea, and alcohol can all cause dehydration, making your body dry. When the body is dehydrated, it tends to retain waste and toxins, making body odor stronger. When alcohol enters the body, it is converted into acetaldehyde, a substance with a strong, unpleasant odor. This substance will be excreted through sweat, causing the characteristic odor of a person who drinks alcohol. Mr. George Carter, 71 years old, confided, "In the past, I drank whiskey every day. Since I quit drinking, I've noticed a significant reduction in my body odor. Try to drink less coffee and alcohol, or better yet, stop altogether. If you drink coffee, remember to drink an extra glass of water to make up for the lost fluids." Eating fiber. Constipation can make body odor worse. When you are constipated, waste and toxins are not expelled effectively, and they can be reabsorbed into the bloodstream, causing body odor. Eating fiber-rich foods such as brown rice, whole grains, and green vegetables helps improve digestive function, prevent constipation, and reduce body odor. Mrs. Margaret Evans, 77 years old, shared, "Previously, I often suffered from constipation, and I found my body odor very unpleasant. Since I switched to eating brown rice and green vegetables, I no longer suffer from constipation, and the body odor has also significantly decreased." Clothes and bedding. Your clothes and bedding can also affect body odor. If you don't keep them clean, they can become breeding grounds for bacteria and cause odors. Change clothes frequently. Change your clothes and underwear daily, or more often if you sweat a lot. Sweat and body oil can cling to clothes, creating conditions for bacteria to thrive. Bacteria break down sweat and organic substances on clothes, producing unpleasant-smelling compounds. Cotton underwear is the best choice because they absorb sweat well and are breathable, allowing your skin to breathe. Wash your clothes regularly with soap and warm water. If possible, hang your clothes in the sun, as it has a natural antibacterial effect. Wash your bedding regularly. Wash your sheets and pillowcases once a week. While you sleep, sweat and body oils can seep into the bed, creating conditions for bacteria to thrive. Change your pillowcases more frequently, about every 2 to 3 days, as they come into direct contact with your face and hair, where there are many sebaceous glands. Shoe and sock care. Change your socks daily, or more often if you sweat a lot. Use cotton socks, or socks with good moisture-wicking properties. Don't wear the same pair of shoes every day. Alternate your shoes so they have time to air out. Sprinkle a little baking soda inside the shoes after use to help absorb moisture and eliminate odors. Ventilate the room. Open your window twice a day, each time for about 10 minutes, to allow fresh air to circulate. Stagnant air can retain odors, making them more pungent. The bathroom and kitchen are places that need special ventilation because they often have high humidity and many food and chemical odors. Mr. Fred Taylor, 71 years old, shared, "I used to be very afraid of the cold, so I never opened the windows. But since I started opening the windows every day, I noticed the air in the house has become fresher and the smell has significantly decreased." Body odor in the elderly is a complex issue caused by many factors. It could be due to the natural physiological changes in the body as we age, such as reduced sweating, changes in sebum composition, decreased saliva production, or external factors like diet, personal hygiene, clothing, and living environment. However, don't worry. This issue can be completely resolved with simple and effective solutions. You don't need to spend money on expensive products or complex treatments. Just by changing a few daily habits, you can significantly improve your body odor and regain your confidence. Remember that these changes not only help reduce odor, but also bring many health benefits. Drinking enough water, exercising regularly, eating healthily, and maintaining good personal hygiene are important habits to maintain good health at any age. Don't let body odor keep you away from your loved ones. Don't let it rob you of precious moments with family and friends. Mrs. Margaret Adams, 62 years old, shared with me, "Since I followed the doctor's advice, my grandson loves to sit on my lap, hug, and kiss me. I feel much more loved and appreciated." Thank you, Dr. Henry. You might feel the same way. You can also have good relationships and a happier life. Let's start today. Thank you for watching this video. I hope these tips will be helpful to you. What will you do today to improve your body odor? Please share with me in the comments section below. Let's learn and support each other together. See you in the next video. And don't forget to hit the subscribe button for the Justice Lens channel so you won't miss the touching, meaningful stories and useful messages we bring. Your support is the motivation for us to continue our journey of spreading positive values in life. Thank you.